Hello, beautiful family. Welcome again and happy Transformational Tuesday. We are always so grateful and happy that we are able to be here, that we've been given that opportunity to come here together to help women, children, and young people eradicate hunger, illiteracy, and poverty with a focus on the young woman. And this is so important. And I am grateful to my beautiful two sisters who are always here to support, even if when they're not here, they're supporting behind the scene, because this is something that we all need to come together to do it. Because what is out there? What is that one thing that we were created to do, but to take care of this population in the world? That is a mandate. And we are not here asking for charity. No, we are asking for charity. We want to be able to share, to partake in this in whatever way we can. And not just in terms of finances, because not everybody's going to have that. But do whatever it can. Maybe you you mentor a little child or somebody in your community, or you share your water with somebody, or you do something. It starts that. It starts with the basic necessities of life: shelter, food, and the other things that matter. So this is why we are here for. So before we begin, we are here in One Global Movement Revolution. Okay, I will not answer the phone now. Sorry. We are in One Global Movement Revolution, part 411. Wow. Series number 2, Reframing the Gen Z Stare. Discernment looks different now. Why observation precedes action. That is very important. And I'm glad that Sister Yvonne is going to take onto this and then we'll follow. But let us always commit everything into the hands of the Creator, because we are not here on our own. And we think that whatever way you can, let's do that. Now, divine source of wisdom and peace. In a world rushing to speak, teach us, O Lord, to honor the quiet, where we see still faces. Help us recognize thoughtful hearts where we assume absence. Reveal deep processing. Give us patience with young minds. Give us patience with young minds who are learning to sort noise from truth, emotion from impulse, information from wisdom. Guard them, O Lord, from labels that wound their hearts. Shield them from pressure that overwhelms them. And they ask, one thing at a time, please, let us listen to that. Grant them safe spaces to observe, to reflect, and to become that thing that you have created them to become. May parents respond with understanding, with love, educators with gentleness, with peace, with all inclusion, leaders with discernment that takes in everyone, and discernment that says every child matters, that every child is equal, that whatever affects a child in the village of Mbengui affects the child in the United States of America. Communities with care, let us be that village that come together to raise, love, and educate every child, regardless of their background, regardless of their physical appearance, regardless of whatever. For observation is not delay, Lord. It is preparation. Stillness is not weakness. It is strength forming quietly within. Let this generation grow in clarity before action. And not just this generation, let the parents grow in clarity before action so that their children can also see and do the same or even better. Let them in wisdom. Let them have the wisdom before decision, in confidence before expression. And may we remember, especially the womb of humanity, who are the women. May we remember the future is shaped not only by those who speak first, but by those who understand deeply and speak from that point of view. This we have prayed. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
Amen. Very
Amen.
powerful, sister. Yes,
Amen.
absolutely. And so, because we only have a half an hour, let me go right into the vision and mission statement of One Global Movement, which is what we do every week so that people can know what we really stand for and why we work at what we do. One Global Movement will support any organization, any group, or individual that aligns with its global vision and mission, which is as follows. The mission of One Global Movement is to empower young people, children, and women worldwide with a focus on young women, providing them with the tools and the sustainable solutions that will help them to eradicate hunger, illiteracy, and poverty while building generational wealth and living a life of leadership and purpose. We believe that every child deserves access to nutritious food, quality education, and the opportunities to thrive. Through global collaborative efforts, innovative programs, and community engagement programs, we strive to break the cycle of hunger, illiteracy, poverty, and build a future where every child can build on their own hopes and dreams while reaching their full potential. Together, through divine intervention, love, and clean, safe, and valuable technology, we can create such a world where no child goes to bed hungry, no child is denied an education, and no child is limited to poverty or to any condition that is not of their own making. It is possible. Our gratitude and thanksgiving goes to our divine creator, who is our ultimate provider and who has promised to supply us abundantly, not just for ourselves, but to do good works by helping uplift and care for all of humanity. We thank everyone who supports OGM and wish us all success in our own various businesses and world changing endeavors. Thank you for listening and thank you for supporting us.
Thank you.
Thank
So,
you.
today we have another exciting topic. I wonder who creates these topics.
It's you. It's you.
So, the topic is, as you said, I'm just going to call everyone greetings, global change makers. That's going to be the new thing for us now. That's what we are here.
Okay.
So today we're exploring something we've probably seen on social media. It's that Gen Z stare where everyone is figuring out what it is. It's been heard around, the discussion has been heard around the water cooler or even during the intergenerational conversations. And that is the so-called Gen Z stare. And so now what is this stare? It's often described as an unblinking, a quiet expression, especially in situations where older generations expect a verbal response or quick reaction. Critics have jokingly called it apathetic, disengaged, or disrespectful. But I invite you to reframe this moment because what we're calling a stare might actually be something far deeper. It's discernment in action, which is what you mentioned, sister. Understanding the surface, what people see. Let's be honest, older generations sometimes see this blank expression and they interpret it as indifference, which it is not. Some outlets have chalked it up to social awkwardness or poor etiquette. It is not. But here's the twist. This interpretation says more about expectation than reality. It assumes that quick, reactive communication is the default response to uncertainty. But Gen Z is demonstrating something different, something intentional. They're offering first thinking before speaking, which is what, as children, I remember we were always told that to think before you speak. Right? So that's nothing strange. They're just going about it a different way. This generation has grown up in a digital world where every interaction can be recorded, analyzed, and reposted. And not just that, but it lives on forever on the internet, right? Whatever you do on there, it's not going anywhere. No matter how much you delete or block or whatever, it's somewhere living. So in a world of instant everything, slowing down is not disengagement, it is discernment. Gen Z values, what are they? Authenticity and mental well-being. So what drives this behavior? To answer that, let's look at what Gen Z values most. Authenticity. 84% of Gen Z say staying true to their values is a top priority, even above traditional successes and markers like wealth and money. They want to be true to themselves. And then their mental health, which is very important, and they're guarding it very well as far as I can see. About 73% say mental health is a top priority, and 60% say they would switch jobs. It's getting higher, sister, because the last time I checked was 44. And now it's saying 60% say they would switch jobs for better mental health support. This generation doesn't just talk about mental health, they lead with it. They're not rushing to respond. They're evaluating, pausing, and considering how they show up in a way that protects their well-being and integrity. So we also see high levels of mindfulness practices. About 62% engage in activities like meditation or journaling to manage their stress. These aren't traits of disengagement, they're traits of intentional, values-driven individuals who refuse to perform for the sake of conformity. And then there's discernment with impulse, the power of observation. So now let's talk about discernment. Discernment is not hesitation, it's evaluation. It's looking at nuance. In a world where misinformation travels faster than truth, Gen Z has learned that reactive responses can be risky or misleading. And how does this play out in life? Before speaking, Gen Z observes patterns. Is this conversation meaningful? Does it mean anything in the scheme of things? Before reacting, they assess impact. Is this response authentic or performative? Before committing, they pause. Does this align with my values? Instead of jumping into superficial dialogue, they're processing with purpose. This generation grew up with deep global events. They're more aware than we were at the time because the news is so readily available. Economic instability, climate anxiety, pandemic disruptions, and digital overload, all shaping a mindset where observation isn't apathy, it's preparation. And then for Gen Z's, the mental landscape, we can't talk about discernment without acknowledging the mental health backdrop. Gen Z reports high levels of stress and anxiety compared to earlier generations. Imagine, they're younger, but they're going through more stress, right? More than what we had. Around half often feel anxious, and a significant portion experience persistent stress, and that is also leads to suicide. I must mention that. A lot of them do end up there. By 2030, Gen Z is projected to make about 30% of the workforce. Bringing this mindset into every office, into every classroom and community. So when a Gen Z appears quiet or reflective, it isn't emotional disconnect. It's mental prioritization. They're conserving emotional energy, and they're scanning for authenticity. They're resisting empty performance. Discerning helps them navigate complexity without sacrificing their well-being. And that's a strength, it's not a flaw.
Yep.
So what does this mean for us as adults, leaders, parents, communities, and global events? It means valuing thoughtful engagement instead of automatic reaction. It means building spaces where authenticity, empathy, and reflection are encouraged. And it means reframing behaviors like the Gen Z stare as a new form of intentional communication. Okay, sis, your turn. Or Sister Melanie, or Sister Melanie's, two Melanies.
Yes, I think hi, welcome, Sister Melanie Macano. Thank you so much for coming today. And I think Sister Melanie from Rwanda should go first because of sometimes internet challenges. So, Sister, you go.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the nice presentation, Sister Yvonne. This topic is really, really very interesting. Discernment looks different now. Why observation precedes actions? Very interesting. It involves really Gen Z in nowadays. Discernment functions as a vital initiative, intuitive, spiritual capacity to navigate complex and deceptive situations rather than just rational judgment. So observation must precede actions. And this helps to sharpen awareness, detect hidden, subsequent or false elements, and ensure decisions align with inner wisdom, avoiding reactive, regretful choices. When there's no observation, they may take actions without thinking and
of course,
regret after. So they need really to have the spirit of discernment so that they know what they are doing. And why does observation precedes action in modern discernment? this observation is very important because it helps Gen Z to distinguish truth from illusion. You know, in modern scenarios, often involved complex hidden motives where people wear masks. They hide their intention. They just come with false opportunities. So observation is very necessary to distinguish what is genuinely good from what appears beneficial. So if they don't have that spirit to be watchful, they may find themselves wandering in the world because people are not always good. They may appear with wrong motives. And it helps them also to prevent regretful rushes because quick action leads to regret while pausing, allowing the necessary time to weigh consequences and identify, for instance, potential red flags in relations or opportunities. So this is very important. And it also helps to build inner wisdom because discernment is a muscle that is developed over time through careful, consistent, and reflective observation rather than instantaneous reactions. So observation acts as a filtering mechanism that transforms information into wisdom, ensuring that actions are grounded, intentional, and aligned with deeper truth rather than surface appearance. So, and you know this discernment, you know even the Bible describes discernment, because when you have the spirit of discernment, you are capable to distinguish what is wrong from the truth.
Absolutely.
When you have that spirit, is a gift. It's a gift because you can even detect the evil wrongs that comes within your surface. And it helps you to connect with God, to connect with heaven, so that you may stop the evil that can come on your way. So Gen Z nowadays need discernment to cope with life and to know how they can protect themselves, because this world is really deceitful. If they don't have the capacity to make observation and to know how they can protect themselves from the evildoers, they can immediately fall into traps. So we need also to pray for our children that may God give them the wisdom to discern what is wrong from right.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Sister Melanie, we are happy to have you here today. Your turn, sister.
Thank you, sisters. And Melanie.
Missing in action. She's been missing in action.
Yeah. They're loading us like Gen Z's, man. Work. The paycheck is not. I wish the paycheck was the height of the job, but it's not. Unfortunately, that's the sad fact. But anyhow, we survived it. I'm here.
Good.
Anyhow, thank God for life.
Amen.
Yeah, Gen Z, Sister Yvonne, and everybody who's there. Sister Yvonne was the presenter. So, Sister Yvonne, you're correct about how they have to, they have to reflect. They're silent thinkers because they're younger people, and they're thinking the world looks down on them. And really and truly, the older people do judge sometimes.
Yep. Absolutely.
They do judge the young people. Look at how they walk. Look at what they wear and thing. But this is the time. This is the time for them. This is their time to shine. We overlook what they look like, what they wear, and we see what's inside of them to bring them out as adults. Role models.
Exactly.
Okay. So Gen Z's, it's not just defiance. It's more or less overload. They have to reflect, as Sister Yvonne said, and they exercise caution.
They do.
The Gen Zs, instead of us having patience with them, we assume, and assume is making, assumptions.
Yes, it does.
So we don't just help them. We have to build a bridge because they are the future. They are after us. We have to build a bridge between them and us, because we are leading the way for them. Give them a chance. Ask them, how does that feel for you? Take your time to listen. What do you think of that plan?
Yep.
You
So
don't
true.
have to rush it. Whenever you're ready, you can bring the response. This is how we're supposed to exercise. And I'm learning to talk that way because
Yep.
I think I fell in the trap. I'm
As
not
well.
old, but I'm older.
Yeah.
I fell in the trap of judging younger people.
Yes.
Oh, I wish I could pull up the pants on that one. I wish
Yes.
I could. Yeah. Even
Yes.
today, I was at the bank and I'm looking at this young man. I don't know if the
Oh
man was,
no. Yes.
yeah, yes. I don't know if the man was his dad, but I'm seeing, okay, the father is dressed, but the young one is dressed up, but the pants is halfway down. Just pull up. Then I looked at him. I was staring, and then he pulled up his pants. So I don't know if those. So yeah, so we have to be careful because the world has changed
It has.
drastically. It's not the same even for us, right? So the
It's
young
true.
people, we have to hear their voice. We have to give them that lead. We have to take
Yeah.
our time with them
Agreed.
because
Yeah.
they are silent, as you said, Sister Yvonne, is for a reason. We don't
Sure.
know what is inside, what they're trying to bring out. And they probably just need that hand or
Yep.
that voice,
Yeah.
right?
They
We
need us.
probably have,
They need us
yeah,
to
we
look
just,
past how they look and find out what's in here. What's in
exactly.
here.
Lend them that voice. Let them take their time. They see, okay, they're thinking and they see that person is ready to help them. So they will open up.
Yep.
They
Absolutely.
will. But
Yep.
if they see the look, it makes it worse for them.
Sure it
I have
does.
a tendency, I do it with my son and I feel bad and I say sorry sometimes. I feel bad. I mean, we are not perfect, but I
No, we're
don't
not.
do it all the time, right?
Mhm.
But instead I would help
Yep.
and tell him, if you do this that way, it would be so much better because you can do it. You have the potential. Like, they
Yes.
want to hear potential. They want to hear that they are not less than anything except that they can rise. This is
Right.
what we have to do. Lend the voice,
Absolutely.
you know, and then
Absolutely.
help to prop them up.
Yep.
Don't assume and don't just judge them because this is pressure. When you have a cold pit, and you put the branches, and it suffocates, it depresses,
Mhm.
and then it turns into coal. Well, the coal is a good thing, but then when we do it to human, guess what?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
killing them.
Yep.
They need to
Yeah,
know that they can trust us,
yeah,
not for the outside things, how they dress,
exactly.
how they this, how they that, but that they have something valuable and valid to offer, just like we do. We don't
Yep.
want, the extreme now is that we don't want, as we get older, to be people to think of us as irrelevant and look down on us. So
Yeah,
it's better like what we're doing now because we're in the middle, if you want to call it that. So let us be careful what we do to the ones coming up because we're going to reap what we sow.
Yep.
You,
yeah,
Sister Mundih, I know you want something to say there. You just
Yes.
guys to say something.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. And
No
we
one.
all are, you guys are saying the same thing. And I feel guilty, Sister Melanie. Don't even think that you're the only one because we are humans. The meaning of a human means we make mistakes. And that is
Absolutely.
why forgiveness is there. And
Yeah,
when we make those mistakes, because our parents did, not blaming our parents,
But they
and
did.
they did what they knew how to do best the way that
yeah,
they not. But the world is evolving, it's changing, and the world is evolving in a good way. If only we lay that foundation, that solid spiritual foundation, that moral foundation for the child, so that when they are using this internet, they know what they're doing. They use it for a good reason, and therefore we come. Some of us come from generation that say, you don't talk back when your mother or your father speaks back, regardless of what they say. But that is not always the case. They learned it that way. But with now, like you guys have said, Sister Yvonne in particular, the Gen Zs are going out for what is right, protecting their mental health. I have a
Absolutely.
Gen Z
Yes.
too. You say, Mommy, my mental health is more important. One thing at a time, he tells
There
me
you
that.
go.
You're,
There you
you're
go.
saying so many things at a time. Like today, we had a meeting with the dad too, and three of us. He says, I think you, mommy, you go attend your other meeting. I'm going to talk with dad because me and dad we reason almost alike. So,
They're kicking you out of the room.
so they will say things, and it depends on how you raise them. And some kids will not say, they will die in silence because people will shut them off and shut them down. But we are advocating and asking and begging that we parents plus the young parents that are coming along should include their children in their upbringing from cradle. Because the baby that you carry, they understand you. We involve them. And then we do it let's not do it in a yes or no answer format. Let's do it like an open question. Okay, and then like you said, how about we do this? Like Sister Melanie said, how about we do this? By doing so, we start with putting our hands together in the morning. Let them get this. It is so important, because my only question that I really want to ask here is, when a young person looks quietly ahead, just quietly staring ahead, are they disengaged or they are discerning? And you guys, discernment is a gift. Sister Melanie said it. Discernment is a gift, and it is. The Bible cautions us, do not just throw a word without thinking about what you're going to say.
Exactly.
And even though sometimes we'll get mad, I'm guilty too, but I'm working on it so badly, because the way that kids are going in the world, we don't want to do that, because life and death lies in the power of this tongue.
Yes, it does. Yes,
and we want to be able to think, and we know that we're going to make mistakes. I'm going to get mad with some of you. I'm going to argue.
Everybody does.
But when that is done and said, let us move forward on a good and positive note. And so discernment, we give them time. They think differently, especially with all of this emotional pressure, information overload, social complexity, global uncertainty, their labeling, and all of those things. It is too much on them. We didn't have this. That's why we're struggling to learn this kind of thing. And so we need to give them that time, even if it means to give them a week. That's fine, because you already know. We should know our children, what they like, what they don't like, so that we do not pressurize them, because children are different. Not every child is going to be treated the same way, because we are gifted differently, right? And everybody's different. So it's so important that
absolutely.
So that's all I have to say for today.
And that's plenty, and that's true, sister, because the pressure that's coming to them, they're young people, so they have those hormones. They feel powerless sometimes because they see us or older generation running the world and everything, and they're trying to figure out, where do we fit into this? We have something to say, whatever. So when you add to that now by not speaking to them, and they don't understand how to even bridge that gap, as Sister Melanie said, we have to bridge the gap by giving them the time that they need to process in the way that they process. Because even the thing is, even in the same demographics, not everybody process information the same thing, because some things I want time to meditate on. I'm not going to answer right away. I'm going to say, let me think about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we do that. So why shouldn't we
do it? Yes.
Yeah, why shouldn't we enable them to do the same thing? Some things are very big that you need to think about. You can't just give a ready answer. If somebody asks if you want to go for dinner, you said yes or no, but something might be bigger. Where do you want to go to school, or what are your plans for your life? Or they just going to just jump and just start telling you that. They're going to work it out, and they also want to present you with the reasoning as to why they think that.
Yes. It was just so funny. I like to talk with examples. This morning during that meeting, the dad was speaking. Then I hopped in to speak, and then just me and the dad were speaking on things. And my son says, "Hold on, guys. Hold on, mommy and daddy. You guys have been talking all the time." Then I almost jumped in again to say something because I had to go somewhere. He said, "No, mom, it's my turn now. Hold on. I have to talk." And so now, because I was catching up with time, I had to leave. I said, "Okay, you and your dad go, and now I will leave. I'm sorry that we're taking more time. Now it's your turn." And so they ended up talking. So
absolutely,
because think about it. When we are trying to talk, we are missing out. We ourselves, are missing out on a lot of great things that these children.
Somebody's saying, yes.
And so absolutely. I am learning to just sit and listen. Or if I don't, say, "Mommy," or he will go like this. "Are you listening? Are you listening?" And then he will say, "Okay, mommy, put that phone away. I think you're being a little bit of a hypocrite." Right?
Yeah.
And so now I'm so happy because that is helping me too. It's really helping me, and I'm happy with that. So, and if you have not put the big thumbs up, please, that's the number one thing to do. That's a good way to help this forum. When you come here, make sure the big thumbs are up, please.
Yeah.
And go to our Facebook page if you can, and be sure to like and follow, and bring more people to like and follow. You can share it on all your social media handles so that they can also like and follow. So this is the Facebook page right there. And please let us do that, because that's one of the ways, the easiest way we can help this population. If we are here for that same reason. And if you love what we are doing here, which you should love, or you love what you are doing with your children, this is a one way to help this get to them and to all corners of the globe. So now this is give to the max. If you still have it in your heart to give, this is a platform that they're helping One Global Movement to give, which people have really helped. We are going to start printing our T-shirts with the money that was donated from there. That is a big deal. And so when we have our website, we also look for our own links or donation models to put here so that we will use them as well. But this is a good platform here, which we will be using every year. And thanks to the new people. If you're new here, you're welcome. We love you. You're part of this global family. And okay, is it this? StreamYard. If you want, this is StreamYard we are using. If it's good to you, use it, subscribe. They will send $10 to One Global Movement. $10 is good money to help one of the programs that we are carrying out here. Smiles in a bag, 10 chicks per child, maybe just buying a backpack for a child or sneakers or something. It's going to help a big deal. And so thank you guys so much. And thank you, sir. If you're here, you're welcome. We appreciate you. And be a part of this family, and also help others to be a part of this family. Thank you, Moe. Yeah, we appreciate you as well. And Queen Nancy, we thank everybody that is here today. And I think we've come to the end of today's show. We wait for you guys again on Thursday, but go to YouTube if you don't have the opportunity. Get your family anchored to the YouTube so that we all can be learning. This is our education forum right here. We all can learn from there. So thank you guys so much, Sister Yvonne.
I just want to, thanks, Sister. I just want to remind everyone that, and so I don't know how soon the video is uploaded to YouTube, right? Once it's uploaded, you can go and make your comments there if you didn't make anything in the chat. It really helps the algorithm as well, okay? So the key takeaway, before we end, I just want to add one personal observation. If we are honest, we are living in a very inflamed society right now. Everything triggers everybody. Easily triggered, quick to outrage, fast to react, slow to understand. And so perhaps what we have been mocking as the Gen Z stare, I'm talking about adults, is actually something we all desperately need to remember, to go back to. Because what looks like a stare is really just a pause. And we were always, I know I was, to think before you speak. A pause before assumption, a pause before reaction, a pause before escalation, before the conversation goes where you don't want it to go, a pause before performance. So what if discernment is not generational at all? What if it belongs to all of us? What if it is a practice that we have forgotten? If we truly want to quench the heat of this reactive world that we're living in, where everybody's triggered for the slightest thing, we may all need to learn this quiet skill again. Take that pause, observe, process, and then act. Not everything deserves an immediate response, as I was saying. Some things deserve our thoughtful presence first. And sir, perhaps Gen Z is not disengaged at all. They're just being observant.
Yes. Beautiful. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you all again on Thursday. We love you all. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a good rest of your week.
Bye,
Melanie. It was good to see you.
Thank you. Bye.